Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, it's another YouTuber pushing Aoocci CarPlay units. It is. However, this is going to be slightly different. Now, you probably noticed that there's lots of CarPlay units on the market, and loads of YouTubers and motovloggers are promoting them. But my first question is, why would you want one? Well, for me, I don't really want my phone on my handlebars for several reasons. First of all, I don't want it stolen. Second, I don't want it to fall off. And if you saw any of Itchy Boot's latest adventures, when her phone came off her handlebars, um, and that was after her tablet had fallen off the bike and been run over by a truck, that left her in a very sort of precarious position. She was very fortunate that the phone was still usable, even though the screen was smashed to bits. She did manage to use it until she managed to get somewhere she could get it repaired. So you've got a potential problem there. Now, the main reason I wanted a CarPlay unit was I want my phone in my pocket, and there's a very good reason for that. If you come off your bike and you end up in a ditch, do you really want to be potentially yards away from your phone and help? Just think about that for a minute. So I've used dedicated sat-navs for years. They are quite expensive. I've got a TomTom. Needs constant updating because the maps go out of date. So using the CarPlay unit and using my phone for navigation is a no-brainer for me because everything's live. I don't really listen to much music, occasionally, but not very often. And I definitely don't want audiobooks playing in my ear when I'm on the bike. I've got other things to concentrate on. But if that's your thing, they'll do it. So about 18 months ago, I bought an Aoocci C3, bought with my own money, I hasten to add. Now, I've used that extensively since then, and it's been great. So when Aoocci asked me to test and review the newer C3 Plus, obviously I was interested. At this point, I have to point out that Aoocci sent me this unit free of charge, but with no obligation to give a positive review. So what you will get is an honest review. And this is what they sent me. This is a C3 Plus. So I'm going to install it on the bike, and I'll give you my verdicts. Stick around and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so what actually is the difference between the C3 Pro and the C3 Plus? Well, this is my existing C3. Calling the base model the Pro is probably not the best idea. It's the basic model. Now, the screen doesn't look particularly clear, but we're in blazing sunshine at the moment, and to be honest, I've never found it a problem when I've been using it on the road. So that's a C3 Pro. Right, so what I've done is a temporary install of the C3 Plus up there. It is only temporary, but as you can see, completely different layout. Right, we need to talk about nits. That's not the sort of thing you used to find in kids' hair in the 50s and 60s. Nits is actually a unit of measurement of light intensity. It's used for measuring the brightness of screens. It's not light output, it's the intensity. Now, ideally in bright sunlight, you need about 1,000 nits on the screen. Now, the Pro, it's about 800 nits, whereas the Plus is about 750, so it's not quite as bright. But we're going to find out that. We're going to take it out on the road, we'll test it, and we'll see what it's like in bright sunshine. I'm looking forward to it. What I've got to do now is fit the tyre pressure monitors and take you for a ride. So I'll see you on the road. Right folks, it's test ride time. So let's fire it up and see what happens. Now I've actually got, as you can see, both the units fitted. Unfortunately, you can't have both of them at the same time. The Bluetooth will only accept one unit. So the C3 Pro is basically disabled. So it's only there to compare the sort of the two startup screens. As you can see, the startup screens are completely different. It's just gone through the startup phase on the C3 Plus. Gave me my tyre pressure readings, and now it's going into loading the maps. So that's okay, that's good. So let's get on the road and see what it's like, see how it performs. Now, as you can see, the screen's quite bright enough when we're in the shade. Let's see what it's like when we get out on the open road. I have to say the setup and the installation was very easy. The kit actually comes with a USB power supply and a 12-volt power supply. They don't actually recommend using the USB. Apparently it can become a bit unstable, but I have used it and it doesn't work, so, you know, pays your money to take your choice, don't you? So, initial thoughts looking at the screen, it's not as bright as the C3 Pro. It's okay, it's still readable. Even in, I mean, look at this, look at the weather. It's 30 odd degrees, blazing sunshine, and it's still readable. It's not as bright as the other one, as I explained when we were talking about nits, but it's perfectly adequate. So I'm not going to have any concerns about that at all, really. So I actually fitted the screen protector. To be honest, I made a bit of a fist of it. You might be able to see it's I put it on, it wasn't quite right, took it off. You should never do that. Get it right first time, otherwise forget it. But it's okay, I'll leave it. It's not that much of a problem. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed up to now. I think the Pro will be coming off. Getting back to the connection thing, if you're not very electrically minded, you're probably best going for the USB option. Doing the 12-volt installation is not difficult. You just have to find a switch light from somewhere. That's usually either your backlight or the positive terminal of your horn, because they're both live with the ignition on. So they're ideal. You could splash out and buy a Thunderbox, but God, they're expensive. I've got a little switch unit fitted under my seat. In fact, I've got them on both the bikes, and they're dirt cheap and work perfectly well. No way would I spend 80 quid on a Thunderbox for a simple bit of wiring. I also think that, to be honest, I think they look a bit messy. Mine properly installed looks a lot neater. So yeah, that screen is well clear enough. I'm quite impressed with it actually. I thought I would struggle in this light, but as you see, it's still readable. I'm going to have the sun immediately behind me in a second, so we'll get a proper idea what it's like. Yeah, that's fine, no problem at all. I'm quite happy with that. So, the main question is, which one should you buy? Well, there's a fairly simple answer to that. If you don't want tyre pressure sensors, or if your bike's already got tyre pressure sensors, go for the C3 Pro. It's cheaper, the screen's slightly brighter, and you can get a sunshade like this for it. That doesn't fit the Plus, although I suspect you could probably modify it. That fits to the top of the Pro with a couple of screws, which are missing on the Plus. But yeah, no, there's ways around everything. So yeah, if you're just looking for something cost effective, you just want basic navigation and voice calls, that sort of thing, go for the Pro. Save yourself some cash. If you want a little bit more fancy and you want the tire pressure monitors, go for the Plus. You place your money, you make your choice. Personally, I do like the layout of the Plus, and it's always a bonus having the tire pressure warnings. The only time they show up is on the startup screen, but I've got upper and lower limits programmed into it, so if they fall outside of that criteria, then I will get a little alarm picked up. Obviously I can't I can't demonstrate that now without putting a nail in my tyre, which I'm a bit reluctant to do. So the other feature which I think the Plus has, when you go into the menus on the screen, it does say automatic brightness change, so that's day-night switching. I don't know if it does. I know that my old Pro version doesn't. You have to turn it down manually. Well, again, that's not a problem. Having said that, I very rarely ride at night, and it's no real big deal to dial it down if you need to. So all in all, would I recommend either of them? Yes, definitely. I'd recommend both of them. Aoocci aren't paying me to say that. That's from personal experience of 18 months of usage. So I have no hesitation whatsoever in recommending them. They are a budget setup, this is true. There are far more sophisticated units on the market. In fact, Aoocci make quite a few with dash cams and blind spot detection and all sorts of things. But you get what you pay for. If that's the sort of thing you want, then you're going to have to pay for it. Frankly, I don't think you're going to find anything as good as these for the price anywhere, unless you will buy one of those Chinese knockoffs from Temu. Good luck with that. Having said that, of course, these things are made in China. And on that sort of point, delivery took 11 days. That's from the order being placed to arriving at my door. 3 days of that was in the UK, because it actually arrived in the UK at Castle Donington Airport, East Midlands Airport, and then they sent it down to Braintree in Essex. So it had to find its way back. So in actual fact, it was only actually about 8 days getting into the country, which I think is pretty good. So there you go. That's my honest opinion of the C3 Pro and the C3 Plus. If you fancy buying one, there's an affiliate link down in the comments below. That gives me a little bit of commission. It's not much, but every little helps, doesn't it? It helps run the channel. Doesn't cost you any more. You know, if you've got a favourite YouTuber and you want to support him or her, then buy it through their link. Doesn't matter that much to me, because it doesn't pay that much commission. It's certainly not going to fund a holiday in the Bahamas. But there you go. I've always said I've never been in this YouTube game to make money. Nice if you do, but that's not the main priority. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you found it useful. Hope it helped you to make your mind up. So stay safe out on the road, and I will see you next time. Bye.